Good morning, Pirate Nation, and welcome to Pasco High School. For those of you who don't already know me, my name is Officer Pete Emerson, and I'm your school resource officer. I was asked to put together this video for the purpose of discussing some specific areas of the Student Code of Conduct. I strongly encourage you to go online to the Pasco High School website and read the Student Code of Conduct for yourself. There are a number of important topics that will help you have a safe and successful school year. Due to time constraints, we're only going to be focusing on a few topics, such as sexting, bullying and harassment, drugs and alcohol possession, and possession of weapons. These types of conduct are serious violations of the Student Code of Conduct, but also keep in mind they can also be violations of criminal law. I encourage anyone who feels they've been a victim of crime or also feels they're being bullied or harassed to report it to a school administrator or myself. Every one of us deserves to be able to go to school in a safe and stress-free environment. We live in an age where school violence has become prevalent and has taken center stage when we talk about campus safety. The shootings at Marjory Stoneman Douglas have taught us a lot about how we're protecting our students. If you walk away with anything today, I want you to remember this phrase. See something, say something. If you see someone suspicious on campus, say something. Report it to someone. If you see a student with a gun or talking about having a gun or any other type of weapon, say something. Report it to your teacher, an administrator, to me. Don't wait till you get home and tell your parents. Don't wait until the next day. Report it immediately. You can report it anonymously, or I can just keep your name out of it. I don't care how you get the information to me as long as you get it to me. We can't keep this information to ourselves anymore. There's just too much at stake. I'd like to take a few minutes to talk about mobile communication devices, or as they are commonly known, cell phones, laptops, tablets. We live in a time now where cell phones are no longer considered a luxury. We rely on these devices for a multitude of reasons. They wake us up in the morning, we use it to do our schoolwork. Last year I handled numerous lost and stolen cell phone complaints. I want you to use caution and don't just leave your cell phone lying around. Don't leave it unattended in your classroom or place it down on the table in the lunchroom. Your cell phone will grow legs and walk away. Here are some additional fun facts. School authorities are charged with the responsibility in safeguarding the safety and well-being of the students in their care. In the discharge of that responsibility, school authorities may search the person or property, including vehicles or lockers, of a student with or without that student's consent. Pardon me. And that's whenever they reasonably suspect that a violation of law or school rules has occurred or is occurring. We all know that drugs and alcohol are illegal, so it should be no surprise that these types of substances are not allowed on school grounds. If you know of any student who's in possession of these substances or selling them on campus, I want you to please report it. As I previously mentioned, I will keep your identity confidential. Bullying and harassment are two very important topics that I feel go hand in hand. Bullying and harassment of students or staff is also an extremely serious violation of the Student Code of Conduct. And as previously mentioned, it can also be a violation of criminal law. Bullying and harassment can occur in person, but it can also be committed using wireless communication devices. Which brings me to my next topic, sexting. Sexting is prohibited at all times, whether you're on school property or at a school function. Such conduct is not only potentially dangerous for the students involved, but it can also lead to unwanted exposure of the messages and images to others. And that could result also in criminal violations related to the transmission or possession of child pornography. So before you engage in this type of behavior, I want you to stop and think. When you send an explicit video or nude photograph of yourself or of someone else, you don't get to take it back. It remains out there in cyberspace forever. Anyone and everyone can potentially see that photograph. at any time, now or in the future. This is something that you need to be thinking about now, not when you're being interviewed for a job and, surprise, the photograph or video surfaces during a background investigation. You and I have a common goal, and that's for each and every one of you to successfully complete high school and walk across that stage on graduation day. If you follow the student code of conduct and focus on your studies, your years at Pasco High School will be successful and memorable. Thank you and have a great rest of your day.